Hello everyone and welcome to a new video from Your Overwatch. I'm Eddie the Chump and today we'll be covering 3 big fixes that we feel would greatly improve Overwatch as a playing experience. Anna's biotic grenade. Now much has been made in and around the community about triple tank and other such lopsided compositions, and although we've made videos about them in detail, the comps are actually the symptom and not the root cause in and of themselves. The actual cause of why that playstyle is prevalent at the moment is down to one thing, and that's Anna's power. To be even more specific, it's down to Anna's biotic grenade. Now Anna remains a hard hero to play properly. She is a skill hero. However, one thing is difficult to argue in favour of, and that's how strong her grenade is after its radius buff a short while ago. Before, it was actually quite difficult to hit the target you wanted to. Its effective use was not as straightforwardly easy, and to be frank, her ability to charge nano very quickly was more of a pressing concern at the time. After its buff, it became very easy to deploy in a number of circumstances. One of those turned out to be heal amping your own team's tanks to a point where even Lucio's passive heal would end up twice as good as it was intended to be in standard play. The result being that heroes with larger health pools could really take advantage of that. The amp to healing from her grenade would then hit more targets because of its radius increase. Because of its supreme investment to reward ratio, Ana is an absolute must-have now, especially at higher levels of play, where skilled players can get even more out of a hero with exceptional value potential. This is compounded when you also consider the anti-healing it can do to enemies caught in its now larger radius. So what's the answer? Well, there are a number of options. Firstly, you could revert its radius to the smaller size it was when she was released. This would mean it becomes more of a skill shot and less of a healing blanket of doom. This would actually help in another respect too. The dive versus backline engagements have gone a bit out of balance as Ana can easily grenade herself and anything nearby her. This basically ensures their survival against a dive threat. If you made the radius smaller, this would not be so easily achieved. Then there's another option in changing the amount of healing amp the grenade actually does. We feel that amp should be more in line with Discord in terms of its impact. Discord amps damage by 30%, the grenade amps healing by 100%, so that's double healing. If those numbers were similar, there would be more parity in the support class and therefore more choices for you to make when selecting your support roles. Discord feels like it's in a good place now. You're aware of its impact, but the game isn't dominated by its presence, as it arguably was when it amped damage by 50%. The grenade should be in a similar place. The good thing is, healing will always be needed. Even if you did both nerfs at the same time, Ana would still be very much in contention for a support choice. We still want her to be sick, just not dominate that category. Capture point progress. Jeff Kaplan recently made a post on the forums talking about capture point and how Blizzard were looking to improve the game mode. Be that a third point in the middle section of maps, or perhaps more interestingly, an idea like this. Instead of having 3 ticks to take a point which are largely irrelevant if you don't capture the whole thing, maybe we have 4 ticks or sections and have them count towards the result of a match. So in a test scenario, let's make it Hanamura. Team 1 takes point A and takes 1 section of point B before being held. Team 2 then takes the first point, the same as Team 1, but manages to capture 2 sections of point B and they win. So the point is to make how much of a point you take matter to the end result of a match. That might not figure into things until overtime anyway, but we feel it should count much like the distance you push a payload does. Playing with friends. In our opinion, the SR limits in place are simply an obstacle to playing with your friends. There have been many a time where we're trying to get people to play within a full 6, but can't because our top and bottom players are maybe 540 SR apart. We've actually had it happen after winning a few matches in a 6, but as people get different rewards, the game then says, no, that person is 5 SR beyond the limit, that's now boosting. Like advanced calculus is needed to jerry-rig a party that can actually play together. This is obviously at high Diamond Masters and Grandmasters level, but it does still affect lower ranks too, like if you're a gold that has a bronze healer friend that you'd like to play with. Now there are 2 options. Either there is a separate team queue where individual SR is irrelevant like CSGO, or you just widen the tolerance to 1000 at all ranks. Now I know people react and say, but you could boost people, but what's actually worse is that the game encourages playing in small groups to chase rank over playing the game in an organised way. You know, like a team in a team game. Let's take Grandmaster level as an example. At the very top, we're talking about maybe 500 to 1000 people on a server. The only option for them is to play individually or in small groups. They can't even party up to find a match even if they wanted to. We know that Overwatch as a game is mostly experienced in the solo queue environment, but we think the addition of a limit-free team queue would be an excellent addition to the game. Oh, and one more quick thing, Roadhog needs attending to. But we all knew that anyway. They're working on his hook as we speak, but yeah, the game needs it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like. If you'd like us to talk about anything specific, please don't hesitate to leave a comment comment below. Also, please follow the Your Overwatch Twitter. It's where you can find updates about new videos and streams. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time.